What is up, guys? Eric here, Team Eccentric, and I'm bringing you guys, as you can see, my White Forest deck profile. So this deck I've been testing with for quite some time. As you guys probably noticed on the channel, I've been playing it against Vic and TJ. They are kind of the the inspirations for why I picked up this deck, because I thought this deck was really cool, and I thought that it was very combo heavy and very resource intensive. So it really teaches you good resource management. And I thought that the deck was really rewarding to play, so I figured, why not pick it up? You will notice that the Charmer Quartet in Bloom is not a card that I had in some of the duel videos, but I did manage to pick one up, and this deck really does go crazy in terms of like what it can do. Like, this deck is absolutely nuts. So I'll just get right into the profile, and we'll briefly go through each of the cards. So we'll begin with the starters. We have triple Diabell Star, the Black Witch. This card is absolutely crazy. You can send one card from hand or field to grave. That is a summon condition, so you special summon it. So you send one card from hand or field to grave, special summon it, and it's similar to Swap Frog in the sense that it's not activating, it just hits the board. And then if it's normal or special summon, you can set one Sinful Spoils spell or trap card from your deck. Also, if this card is sent to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, you can send one card from hand or field to grave and then activate it to revive it. So it recurs itself, it gets you into the Dark Magician package. Very, very strong starter, right? Then we have triple LZ of the White Forest. This card is really good in tandem with your spells and traps. What it allows you to do is you can send one spell or trap from your hand or field to the grave, special summon this, and then if it's special summoned in that way, you can search for a White Forest monster. Also, if a light spellcaster tuner monster special summoned to the field while this card is in your graveyard during your opponent's turn, you can add this card back to your hand. So it recurs itself, gets you advantage. One of the best extenders in the deck, can be a starter given you have a spell or trap. Then we have Sylvie of the White Forest. This card, if this card is normally special summoned, you can search for one White Forest spell or trap card. This card is in your graveyard. You can shuffle back one White Forest synchro monster from your field or grave back into your extra deck and special summon this, but its effects are negated. So again, it recurs itself, it gets you advantage. It's also the tuner that allows you to bridge your way into your synchro lines. Very, very strong. So these are all the starters. These are like the cards you want to try to open. Then we have some of the like disruptive capability, as well as the key components that make the deck really function. So we have Diabell Star Vengeance. Diabell Star Vengeance is a disruptive tool where you can special summon it by banishing one spell and one trap from your graveyard. It counts as a Sinful Spoils card, so that can help with some of your fusion plays with the AZAMINA engine, as well as you can pay half your life points during your opponent as a quick effect, rather, and target one card on the field and destroy it. And then if you do that, you can choose to special summon one synchro tuner from your extra deck. So it's layered disruption in one card. Like, it's like two or three disruptions in one card. Absolutely crazy. One LZ AZAMINA of the White Forest. This card is hardcore extension. What it allows you to do is, if this card is in your hand, you can reveal it and then special summon any White Forest monster from your hand. Now, normally you can you're going to be special summoning itself because it is counted as a White Forest monster. Also, it has an effect on field where you can fusion summon using bodies on your board, as well as it has an effect where if it's used as synchro material, you can search for Sinful Spoils. So it bridges you into your Black Witch as well. Then for the last monster in the actual core engine of the deck, we have one Diabell's the White Witch. This card allows you to bridge your way into Vengeance, or send Sinful Spoils from your deck to the graveyard in order to cycle through your deck. What it allows you to do is send one spell trap card from your hand or field to your grave, special summon it. If it's on the field and there are other Diabell monsters on the field, the cards cannot be destroyed. It is counted as a White Forest card as well. It has a lot of protective ability in that it protects you from board wipes like Lightning Storm or Raigeki or even Murakumo. When Murakumo summoned, when it Raigekis the board, it protects from that. The card is very strong. So that is it for the monsters in the main deck, at least the core engine monsters. Then we have the spells. We have Triple Wanted. Obviously, it searches for Black Witch, as well as if it's in the graveyard with another Sinful Spoils or with a different name, you can banish this, place that Sinful Spoils on the bottom of the deck and draw one, so it allows you to cycle through your deck, gets you to Witch, and by itself, it gets you to demod Next, we have one Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. This is a quick effect fuse, effectively, but it has 2 abilities, and you can use one of them. When this card is activated, you can either special summon 1 Fiend, Illusion, or Spellcaster monster from your hand, or you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. Now, in our standard combo line, which I will also be demonstrating, you're usually going to use this to fusion summon. That, I think, is the best use of this card. Also, if it is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, you can set this card. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. So, you can replace it. Recurs itself, which basically the entire deck does effectively, as well as it fuses at quick effect speed. Really, really strong. Next, we have Deception of the Sinful Spoils, rather. This card allows you to get into your AZAMINA line. Basically, what gets you to your Omni Negate very, very quickly. So you will attribute a monster and then search either the Hallowed AZAMINA, and AZAMINA Debtors, or you can search AZAMINA of the White Forest. And what these 2 cards are also fusion spells, effectively. So the Hallowed AZAMINA allows you to reveal 1 AZAMINA fusion monster from your extra deck, and for every 4 levels, rounding down, that you can special summon that AZAMINA monster from your extra deck. And then also, if an AZAMINA card, or if this is in your graveyard, you can put it back in your hand by shuffling back an AZAMINA monster or spell or trap from your grave or field back into your deck, so it recurs itself, as the whole deck does. Then there's AZAMINA Debtors. So AZAMINA Debtors is essentially a quick effect Hallowed AZAMINA. It does the same thing, but at quick effect speed, where you can reveal 1 AZAMINA fusion monster and then send 1 Sinful Spoils for every 4 levels and round down. But it has a grave effect where you can banish it and special summon an AZAMINA monster from your grave. Now the thing is you can only activate 1 of these effects per turn. You can't activate both. So yeah, but the card is really strong in my opinion because it allows you to pair itself with Wanted very, very nicely. Then we have the last 4 spell cards. We have 1 Tales of the White Forest. This is one of your main searchers that you tend to get off of Sylvie. What it allows you to do is, if you control an illusion or spellcaster monster, you can add 1 White Forest monster from your deck to your hand. Also, if this is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster's effect, you can set it from the graveyard. You can activate both effects per turn. So, like, you can see how this card gets you a lot of advantage, because you don't have to use this immediately. You can send this in order to summon Arciella or White, Diabelle's the White Witch. And this will reset itself, and then you can use it later on. Then we have 1 Field Spell, Witch of the White Forest. This just bridges you into your White Witch, as well as can be a suboptimal starter because it can search any White Forest card, but generally speaking, if you are doing the most optimal lines, you're going to be searching your Diabelle's the White Witch. Then we have 1 Filia Diabelle. Filia Diabelle allows you to search for 1 level 8 or higher Diabelle monster from your deck. Or if your opponent is the only one who controls monsters, you can special summon it straight from your deck. And also, if this card is banished, all Diabelle monsters you control gain 500 extra attack. And then last but not least, we have 1 Gaze of Timaeus because of the D-Mod package. So that is it for the spells. Very, very strong. Very, very cohesive engine, in my opinion. And I feel like this build is very streamlined. It's very just straight to the point. There's no crazy extenders. There's no weird combos. There's no like Stellars or anything like that. Stellar, Woes, all those extra cards, I don't think they're necessary. So I feel as if this is the most standard line, or the standard way to build this deck. And then next, we're playing 1 Curse of Diabelle, by the way. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can search for 1 Diabelle spell or trap card. So basically, that bridges you into Filia, which gets you to Vengeance. So that's it for the actual core of the deck. Now we're getting into the non-engine. So we're playing Triple Fua, Triple Perulia, Triple Ash, Double Droll, 1 Talents, 1 Called By, and then Triple Imperm. I would be playing Dominus Sparks if I had them, but unfortunately I am broke. So Infinite Impermanence will have to do. I feel like this non-engine is pretty respectable anyway. I mean, we are playing, I believe, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 non-engine slots, and that's pretty, pretty optimal in my opinion, because you're not guaranteed to go first, and even if you do go first, you can get drolled, so you want to like have the necessary non-engine to stunt your opponent's plays if you get stumped, right? Now we're getting into the extra deck. So we are playing one Charmer, Quartet, and Bloom. This card is absolutely crazy. So this card gains 300 attack for every different attribute on the field. Also, while this card is on the field during the main phase, at quick effect speed, you can target 2 monsters in your graveyard with different attributes of the same type, or different types and the same attribute, and special summon those 2 monsters. When those monsters are the 2 monsters that are special summoned cannot be used for Synchro, Link, Xyz, or Fusion materials, meaning they cannot get Super Polyed. So that's very, very strong. Then we have 1 SP Little Knight. This can do one of 2 things. Either it can be a disruptive tool on your board, or you can Link Climb into Charmer, Quartet, and Bloom with it. So very, very strong. Next is the Synchro package. So we have 1 Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. This card pairs very well with White Forest because you end up getting White Forest monsters in your spell and trap zones. And this also can play off of that by placing a monster in the spell and trap zone and then targeting a continuous spell, which the monsters become treated as when they're put in the spell and trap zones. So you can target one of the continuous spells as well as a monster on the field and destroy them. So it can basically remove 2 cards all by itself. And then we have 1 Chaos Angel. It's just a big body that can give a lot of decks some trouble. Then we have 1 Diabel, Queen of the White Forest. This is probably my favorite card in the extra deck besides maybe Dragoon. This card is absolutely crazy. So if this card is synchro summoned using a synchro tuner monster, you can add 1 spell or trap card from your grave back to your hand. Also, if your opponent activates a card or effect, it is a when effect rather than an if. So when your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can special summon 1 level 7 or lower synchro tuner from your extra deck. So it can miss timing, so you have to make sure that you keep note of that. But aside from that, card is absolutely bonkers. Then we have 1 Arciela, which is your main bridge into your biggest combo lines. So if this card is special summoned, you can send 1 spell or trap card from your hand or field to the grave, and then add 1 White Forest monster or 1 Light Spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand. Also, basically, Illusion and Spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this allows you to protect your board, gives all your monsters an extra 500, as well as bridges you into your bigger lines. Then we have 1 Silvera. So Silvera is one of the synchro tuners you'd want to summon off of either Diabel or Vengeance, which I don't remember if I mentioned. Vengeance also, when it pays half to target a card on the field and destroy it, you can choose to special summon a level 7 or lower synchro tuner as well. So, like I said, layered interruption. But this card, if this card is special summoned, it basically Book of Eclipses your opponent's board. Also, Illusion and Spellcaster synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack, and if they attack a defense position monster, they do double piercing, which can come up. And then last but not least, the actual synchro tuner you generally want to summon that bridges you into your Vengeance Dragon, Poplar of the White Forest. Card's crazy. What it does is, if it's summoned, you can target 2 White Forest monsters in your graveyard and place them face up in their owner's spell and trap zones as continuous spells, which makes fuel for Vengeance Dragon, right? So that's it for the synchros, and then last but not least, the fusion monsters. So we play 1 AZAMINA. So AZAMINA is basically kind of a kaiju. It basically uses Saint AZAMINA to contact fuse into itself. And and because it contact fuses, you can use your opponent. By the way, you can use your opponent's monsters to contact fuse. So you can use things like Dragoon. You can use things like Liger Dancer. It's very good out. Next, we play 1 Saint AZAMINA. This is one of your bigger fusion monsters. What this does is, if this card is special summoned during a turn, that turn you can quick effect special summon an AZAMINA monster from your extra deck. Also, Your opponent takes any battle damage that you would take. Also, your opponent cannot target this card or cards that they control or in their graveyard with card effects, which can be a big hindrance to certain strategies that need to target their cards, which are a lot of them. Then we have AZAMINA Remote Regina. This is one of the cards that you would summon off of the St. AZAMINA. This card allows you to, in the combo, revive an illusion monster from your graveyard. Also, if a Sinful Spoils is activated while this card is on the field, you can target up to 2 cards and destroy them. So it's removal as well as recursion. Then we have AZAMINA Murcielago. So this card just allows you to search for Sinful Spoils more than anything. And then we have our Omni Negate, which is AZAMINA Ilya Sylvia. And then we have the Dragoon package, which, as we know, is really strong. So that is it for my White Forest deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I will try to bring you guys a combo tutorial at some point. It'll probably be later this week, if not next week. Just let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'm going to be probably testing around with this. I got Phantom Knights coming up as well. I got a lot of decks that I'm building. I want to test out Speedrise. I want to test out Odd Eyes as well. Both of those decks look kind of interesting to me, even though I know Odd Eyes is probably just going to be Pendulum Slop. I think, I mean, Pendulum Slop has always been Pendulum Slop, so there's really nothing to say about that besides, oh yay, you know, I'm going to draw 5, hopefully, starters and attempt to get nibbed, right? So, yeah, Eric here with Team Eccentric, White Forest, and I'm signing out.